New developments in the debate over free speech that are happening all across the country and right here in Acadiana.
And this comes in the wake of right-wing activist Charlie Kirk's murder and the temporary suspension of late-night TV host Jimmy Kimmel. News 15's Scott Brazda visiting on the UL campus and speaking with a professor who's a champion of free speech.
Freedom of speech, the First Amendment. In the wake of Charlie Kirk's murder, the definition of that phrase, freedom of speech, has been pulled in multiple directions.
When I see the Federal Communications Commission chair, then I hear him say, we can do this the easy way, we can do this the hard way. We've heard that quote a zillion times. I realize that we have wandered away in terms of our First Amendment freedom into the troubling area of censorship.
Professor William Davie teaches, among other things, media law classes at the University of Louisiana. He has watched the current free speech debate or the fluctuating definition of the First Amendment with great interest.
Because what followed from Commissioner Carr was the mention of a particular show and a particular talk show host. And that's in direct violation of Title 47, Section 326, called the Anti-Censorship Law.
You understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
Following a 6-day suspension by Disney and ABC over Charlie Kirk-related comments, Jimmy Kimmel returned to his talk show Tuesday night, albeit on fewer stations. The free speech discussion isn't just for a communications building. In fact, given that Kirk was murdered during a debate at a college, Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill has signed off on a letter endorsed by over a dozen other AGs in which they collectively encourage even greater protection of free speech, especially on college campuses. Says Murrill, first speaking of Louisiana State University, quote, "The right to free speech is above all others, and we must protect it." And then, particularly at this moment, it is critical our state institutions of higher learning serve as forums to robust debate from all perspectives. Liz Murrill's final statement that I'll use is, the campus should be the very place where the First Amendment rings loudest to hear. At UL, with videographer Dave Pierce, Scott Brazda, News 15.